Hi, my name is Sara Nichols, and I'm the flute professor at Towson University. I recently had the opportunity to perform a wind trio, the Divertimento by Arnold, with two of my wonderful colleagues here at Towson. Today, I'd like to share a few tips that greatly helped my performance. First of all, a divertimento is an 18th century genre that literally means diversion or amusement. It's meant to be played in a light and carefree style. This divertimento was composed in 1952 by the British composer Arnold, who lived from 1921 to 2006. It's made up of 6 very short movements. The 3 wind players are truly equal partners throughout each movement. It's a charming piece and really fun to play. Let's take a look at the first movement. This begins with the clarinet. While I begin playing in the 3rd bar, I'm just a supporting role until letter B, which is 6 bars after I begin. It's important to be absolutely accurate with my rhythm, which shadows and supports the melody, which is soon picked up by the oboe. So I must take a huge breath so I can create a long line without any interruption. The key word here is seamless. No spaces, no breaths, so I can shadow both the clarinets and oboes' melodies, which are full of dotted figures and syncopations. Adding some fast, rather shimmery vibrato on my long notes adds some extra color. Now it's my turn to take on the melody. Notice the numerous accents and look very closely to the articulations. Sometimes I tongue directly on the beat. Other times I slur into the strong beat and tongue on a weak beat. Notice that some staccatos occur at the end of a slur. This means I must clip off the staccato. To make this easier to hear, I'm going to play this passage at letter B very slowly and without most of the grace notes. Better to get the basic structure of the phrase before getting all fancy and adding the grace notes. I'll add just 1 grace note on the 4th beat of 2 after B, so I can be consistent with the clip-offs. Now I'll add the grace notes, still under tempo, so you can hear more clearly. Be sure to practice the grace notes by themselves, especially when there are 3 graces in a row. The most efficient strategy is to start with the last grace note, followed by adding the previous grace note, followed by all 3. Something like this. Now with the long note. And here it is up to speed. Now look at letter F. This passage is very similar to the opening, except this time includes accented grace notes. Be sure to make a slight space before each accent to make it really stand out. Paying such close attention to your articulation will truly transform your phrasing and musicality. One quirky thing happens on the very last note of this movement. The flute and clarinet actually cut off together after the oboe finishes her last note. At first it seems slightly awkward to release at different times, but eventually it becomes comfortable and actually creates an unexpected texture at the very end.